So last night I saw the movie from Taiwan called Incantation on Netflix. And this movie is interesting, to say the least. There are just so many symbols and ideas and themes just scattered across this movie. So there's a lot to break down. Like the possessions, the Buddhist cult, and the optical illusions at the beginning with the train and the Ferris wheel. Those inverse prayer hands, the curse, the twisted ending, and that final monologue poem from the daughter. So I rewatched this movie and did some research on the visuals and themes, and I feel like I have a really thorough analysis now. I hope you enjoy. So to break this movie down, we're going to use 3 themes. 1, Ronan's dishonesty, where we'll discuss the flashback scenes, Ronan losing her daughter, and the purpose of Ronan's videos. 2, inverse Buddhists, where we'll discuss the Buddhist cult, the demon they worship, the reverse prayer hands, Ronan's curse, and Dodo's possession. And 3, evading fate, where we'll discuss the optical illusions with the train and the Ferris wheel, Ming stealing Dodo, the ending with Ronan's death, and Ronan's message to the audience, and Dodo's final monologue poem at the very end, and much more. And if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and a comment, it helps so much. And if you want to see more of these, please make sure to subscribe as well. Let's get started. Theme number 1, Ronan's dishonesty. Our main character, Ronan, her boyfriend Dom, and their friend Yuan visit a cult that Dom's extended family is a part of. They demonstrate this demonic version of Buddhism. They're not real Buddhists, and I'll explain what this cult is later in this video. Dom and Yuan enter a tunnel that the cult forbids they even go near, and soon enough, Dom and Yuan are possessed and killed. Ronan escapes the cult, but is cursed for disrespecting the gods by trespassing as she was investigating with her friends when she was there. And because she recognizes that she is cursed and wants to keep her daughter safe and knows she was pregnant with her daughter during the ritual, she decides to give her baby up to an adoption center. And this brings us to Ronan's personal documentary that makes up the majority of the film's runtime and is set in present time. At the beginning of the film, Ronan says, "I made this video because I was hoping everyone could resolve my daughter's misfortune." And then she tells us to look at and remember this symbol. So as the audience, we think that Ronan is presenting to us this documentary and this symbol for us to figure out what this curse is and help her and her daughter. However, that's not at all the case. This documentary is completely purposed by Ronan to spread the curse to us. And of course, throughout this video, I'll explain why she's doing that. Theme number 2, inverse Buddhists. I like to call these cult members inverse Buddhists. A lot of the items, structures, and imagery within this cult look related to Buddhism. But clearly, these people are not real Buddhists. They worship their deity with rituals of physical pain and sacrifices. And the god they worship is cruel and unforgiving. It's a demon, essentially. It possesses its disrespectful victims like Dom, Yuan, and Ronan, and even maims its loyal worshippers. As Ronan specifies, the deity they worship is Dahe Mother Buddha, who is the demonic version of the real Mother Buddha, Maya Mother Buddha. She's an actual positive symbol in Buddhism, representing love, wisdom, and guidance. Dahe Mother Buddha in this movie is malicious. She's the inverse of Maya Mother Buddha. Also, the main character explains later in the movie what the prayer hand positioning means for this cult. Okay, the hand gesture they do is like a modified version of Bafengchen in Tantric Buddhism. The difference is, if Bafengchen's gesture means to collect blessings, this gesture is in the complete opposite direction. So what does it mean? To spread it? The inverse of collecting blessings is spreading a curse. And that's exactly what happens to Ming in the next moment when he explores this gesture and the cult's religion. He's now affected by the same curse as Ronan, Dodo, Dom, and Yuan, as we see him bleed from the nose, lose teeth, and eventually smash his head on the table until he's dead. And this all also ties in with what we hear Ronan say about the curse earlier in the movie. The more you understand about it, the more likely you will encounter misfortune. Ronan's mom and dad are killed when she tells them about the curse, and the cops kill themselves when she tells them about the curse. The cult's rituals involve offering your full name to these demons and no longer owning it yourself. Dodo's full name is still owed to the deity as the great aunt of the cult mentioned to Ronan during her pregnancy with Dodo. When the name is said repeatedly by her and her mother in her bedroom, the demon awakens and Dodo becomes possessed. Pencils are also laid out in the shape of the original symbol that we saw at the start of the movie. And of course, throughout the film, Ronan and Dodo are continuously further punished with cuts, bruises, scrapes, possessions, maggots, nosebleeds, bruises. And we actually see the demon physically show up in the hallway, like we saw with Yuan and Dom in the tunnel. Theme number 3, evading fate. At the beginning of the film, we're introduced to two optical illusions, an image of a moving Ferris wheel and an image of a moving train. And because of the speed and frame rate of the images, we can mentally decide which direction the wheel is spinning and which direction the train is moving. And following this, Ronan says, "Do you know that your will can change the outcome of events? Our will is quietly shaping this world. This is how blessings work." This entire opening sequence proposes the theme of fate and whether we can change outcomes based on will and belief. The entire film is a story about a loving mother doing everything she can to save and care for her daughter, who seems to be destined for suffering and death. Because of these supernatural forces, the outcomes for everyone already look decided, but Ronan never gives up. Even Ming's character is determined to keep Dodo as his daughter after he raised her at the orphanage. He even wants to take her from Ronan, and it seems to be fate that Ming cannot have biological children. It's completely out of his control. So overall, the movie's main thematic driving force is unconditional love warring with spiritual fate. I think it's the most interesting aspect of the entire film. But in the end, Ronan reveals why she truly released this personal documentary. She shows us footage where two men clarify what the prayer means that we hear throughout the movie. The incantation is not a blessing. It means, I wish to share in this curse and offer up my name. As for the symbol, it's a spell for diffusing Mother Buddha's curse onto strangers. The more people bearing the curse, the more diluted it becomes. The Mother Buddha's face is the heart of the curse. So much of what these men are saying I've already kind of covered in this video, but there are two really important new things that they're revealing. The first is that the curse can be diluted if more people are exposed to it. The second is that the Mother Buddha's face is the center of the curse. So at the end of the movie, Ronan shows us the symbol one more time, with translations of the prayer with various words capturing the give and take nature of this religion and the collective suffering that comes with it. And finally, Ronan asks us for our names while we are shown the face of Dehei Mother Buddha, which is just a never-ending void. This entire documentary from Ronan was purposed for us to learn about the curse, become cursed ourselves, and eventually give ourselves up to Dehei Mother Buddha, all for the curse to be diluted across everyone watching. This way, Dodo no longer suffers, and we all suffer a little bit. This is Ronan's last shot at saving her daughter, as we see the void bypass Ronan's blindfold and possess her into committing suicide. And after all of this, we get this short monologue poem from Dodo, which ties together the central theme of the film. Our beautiful home is so far away, but it's okay. We can catch a bus. But there are no buses heading towards our castle. Our castle was blown away by bubbles, pretty bubbles. And to me, this monologue poem from Dodo ties in the whole theme of unconditional love warring with spiritual fate. But tragically, in this story, fate continues to prevail in every single instance of this movie. Dodo is saying that for her, the idea of a peaceful family life is gone. There's no way to reach it. You can try, but the destination, while beautiful, is as delicate as a bubble and can be blown away out of reach at any moment in time. Alright, that's my analysis. Subscribe for weekly videos and please send me recommendations. And please let me know what you thought about Incantation. It's a really scattered film, but I could appreciate a lot of it. I hope to see you again, and thank you so much for watching. See you later.